Hey, how's it going, guys? So I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on Perforce. These are some of the things I've learned in the past few days. So I'm going to start with actually removing my project off of the depot. Before you do this, you see I have a folder here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this folder. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this window. Uh, what I want to do is I actually want to copy this to the hard drive, or make a copy of it somewhere. So basically, just in case something happens, I have a backup right here, so I'm good. You can always just delete it and then compile your game, whichever works for you. But I'm actually going to hit delete on this and hit OK. Let me just hit continue, and then I'll hit submit. Delete build version. I'm going to hit submit. So now my build is off of the depot. If I come in here, yeah, so see it did mess up, which that's no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and delete it off of here since that did mess up. Normally right here is where you would go ahead and build the game. And under workspace, go ahead and hit refresh. So this way you can make sure that nothing's coming up underneath compiled. From there, we'll pull this up and we'll take our copied folder and paste it back in here. From there, I'm going to hit refresh. And I'm going to hit add. So you can see all these are set to add because they'll have the big red plus. If it's a check mark, it means you've checked it out or it's currently checked out. So I need to hit submit, and this is assignment for final. Submit. And we just wait for this to submit. I'm going to go ahead and speed this video up so when you come back to it, it'll be over. After you've done that, you're going to go back into the depot and verify that it has been built on here. You're going to pull up the folder, and you can go ahead and delete it off of this. And the reason why, because one, you have your backup still, and two, this way you can actually check this out, and you can actually get the... Oh, we just got an error. How about that? So the reason why I got these errors is because of the fact that it sees it on the depot just by hitting checkout, and it's not on my workspace. So basically, because I deleted it, that's why it's saying, hey, there's something wrong. Something I forgot to do was right click on this. You're going to click on get revision, and we want to get the latest revision, and you want to click on here force operation, and from there we'll click on get revision. And if I come back in here, oh wait, yeah, duh. Let me go ahead and resubmit these. Let me do this real quick. Or actually, something else we can do. Let me hit cancel on this real quick. Cancel. All I have to do is just click on revert. I don't know why I'm thinking that. So let me revert this back so this way these are checked back in. Yeah, sorry if I seem kind of slow today. Had a cold front moving, so kind of feeling it in my knees right now. Not very fun. So I'm going to wait till this finishes up and then I'll get back with you guys. Alright, so it's still going, but now you can see that I do have a folder on here, and it's starting to slowly build back up. So basically all that's, whenever you right click on it and you tell it to get revision, that's basically just saying, okay, it's not on your workspace, we'll pull it back up, and now it is on your workspace. So, trying to think how to explain this. Another thing you can do, in my case, I messed up on one of the submissions I did for my build. So, is what you can actually do, you can either right click, and you can go to, I believe it's Show Graph, Revision Graph. That's what it is. You can either right click and go into Revision Graph. The other way you can do is go up to Tools and Revision Graph. It looks like they also have a little tool here. I'll explain what this is. So inside Perforce, we have all these settings for this folder right here, which is my build folder. The thing I like about this is you can actually look at all the different revisions done down here. And so basically I can come in here and say I need this latest revision, or I need to pull this revision back up. I can just simply click on this number and it'll highlight all of these for me. You can see how I have the door entryway build folder delete, and on the latest one this is entryway assignment rev 4, which is my final version for submission. So I can see that all that's good, and if I come in here I can actually play the game and verify everything's working, which I already know what it is, but that's why I'm not going to click on it. So from there is what you can do is basically you just come back in here into your workspace. If there are any folders that you have added, you can just simply resubmit them. In my case, it's just entryway and where is it? Oh, because I have the wind turbine expanded, that's why. So I actually need to submit these two files right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on submit. And so there's some of these in here that are checked out, but these are part of the object folder, so you're not going to need these for your Unity project. Also, when you submit, you do not want to submit the library. And in some cases, you'll have different files down here. You don't need to submit those either. You also don't need to submit temp, or there's one other one. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. But those are pretty much the three. It's just packages, project settings, and assets. Those are the three folders that are the primary folders that make the game run. For a lot of the others, such as wind turbine and entryway and things like that, you're just submitting what you're doing inside of it. In my case, I'm constantly updating textures, materials, animations, particle effects, things like that, so that's why I have the whole entryway folder selected. And obviously you want to make sure you're also doing experiments if you've made any changes in there. So this is going to be called, for entryway, working folder, rev for final. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. And this is going to go ahead and upload it to the depot. But that's pretty much going to do it for this short little tutorial. I'm hoping it will help you out some. One last thing I do want to touch base on. So, say inside of Unity, you know that the build is in the proper file, because every time you pull up this and you're able to click on it, here we go. In my case, it's JLW project. If you're able to click on that and it opens up, but you're not seeing it inside of the depot, one thing you might want to do is just click on this, and you're going to right click. You're going to scroll down to Show in Explore, and you're going to verify that this folder is the same as this. To verify that, you just come over here to these three bars, you click on that, and you'll hit Show in Explore. So this pulls up right here, and if I come over to this folder right here, I can do the same thing, which will be Show in Windows Explorer, and I can just basically click over here in the white empty space, Control C, and come back over into here, yes, and Control V. There are no changes. So, little simple way that you can do it. So, anytime you have issues like that, just make sure you've submitted the right project. And also, as a last thing, if you're having issues with exporting as an FBX file, or you're having issues with Pro Builder, inside the project settings, you're going to see FBX export settings and Pro Builder settings. So you need to make sure you have both of those checked out as well, and it's off of the depot, because the depot is actually going to have the latest revision for you. But that's pretty much going to do it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, just message me on Discord. You can send me a private message. That's not a problem. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Until then, thanks, and I'll see y'all later.